Two old boys were sitting having a conversation. One of them looked at the other fella and said, "I'm the head of my house. I'm the big mamma jamma. My wife does everything I tell her to do." The other fella looked back at him and he said, "Yeah, I run things at my house too." The other guy nodded with that look of consternation. He said, "Yeah, I run things around my house. I run the dishwasher. I run the vacuum cleaner. I run the washing machine. I run things around my house." Well, maybe that old boy was on to something. You see, Jesus depicted for us and modeled for us a key to greatness in relationships. It's in John 13. It's the night that he'd be betrayed. It says specifically in John's gospel, it says Jesus knew that his hour had come to leave this world and go to the Father. Two key words, Jesus knew. And then you read a little further down in that passage, and he says Jesus knew that the Father had given authority over everything, and Jesus knew that he had come from God and would return to God. So he got up from the table and he wrapped a towel around his waist and ultimately washed all the feet of his disciples. When he had finished washing their feet, he says, "Do you understand what I was doing? You call me teacher and Lord, and you're right, because that's what I am. And since I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you ought to wash each other's feet. I've given you an example to follow. Do as I've done to you. I tell you the truth, servants are not greater than their master, nor is the messenger more important than the one who sends the message. Now that you know these things, God will bless you for doing them." I want you to understand a principle that I have found to be so true and so powerful, and it has produced fruit in my life and in my family for many, many years. And maybe early on I had to learn this the hard way, but ultimately I come to understand this truth, and that is strong relationships are the fruit of mutual servanthood. In other words, if you're married, if you and your spouse will determine that we're going to mutually serve one another in this relationship, you'll find that that will strengthen your relationship. See, it's a misconception, regardless of your cultural upbringing, to think that there are roles that people are forced to fill in relationships. There's something that is cross-cultural about servanthood. Jesus modeled it, and this is applicable to all people at all times. And that is, he says, when you capture this principle of servanthood, you'll be blessed for doing it. I promise you that you'll be blessed in your relationship if you'll bring mutual servanthood into your home. See, secure people serve people. Insecure people expect to be served. What I want to challenge you to do is be the initiator of serving in your home. Gentlemen, why don't you find a way to serve your wife, to help her? Just step out of preconceived role model ideologies that men do only certain things in the home and women do other things. Bring some strengths into that relationship by serving. Ladies, find ways to serve your husband. And if you both will mutually serve one another, it's going to bless your relationship. I want to encourage you, gentlemen, ladies, start running some things around your house. How about running some things like the dishwasher, like the vacuum, like the washing machine? Start running some things around your house and watch the climate of your home change before your very eyes. Father, I pray for my friends today. I ask you to bless them and give them insight in how to mutually serve one another and change the climate of their life and home. In Jesus' name, amen. I love you. Go run some.